Hi guys, alright, welcome back. This is grade 9 math, and today's class we are going to go through subtracting polynomials. So again, we were covering adding polynomials last time, and subtracting polynomials is very similar. What we have to make sure we do is there's one extra step you have to do in between, and you have to do that step just in case, okay, just so we don't get the wrong answer. Alright, so with that, let's start. Okay, so we're going to start with one example here. Okay, and then we will jump into the textbook and actually do a more complicated question. Okay, so let's try an example here. So we're going to do 4x. Let's do minus 3 minus 6x. I'm going to change the signs around a little bit. Okay, so let's do plus 2. Alright, so this is our example here. So what we're going to do, so this is the step that we have to make sure we do, okay, in between. You're going to keep the first polynomial the same. So I'm going to write that out here. So 4x minus 3. I'm going to change the negative sign to positive. And look very closely here in the second bracket for the polynomial. I'm going to change each of the signs. So instead of plus 6, it's going to be negative 6x, okay? And if you see over here, this is plus 2. And it's going to become negative 2, just like that, all right? And after I do that step, basically, it's really simple. Again, I'm just going to put the like terms together here, okay? So I'm going to underline it so we can see it. We're going to do 4x, all right, minus 6x, okay? So don't put extra signs here, just whatever is in front of that number. Okay, and now I'm going to put these numbers together. This is negative 3. Okay, and over here it's negative 2. I'm going to just write negative 2. Again, some students tend to put two signs here, like plus negative 2. Okay, I really wouldn't do that. It might confuse you in terms of the signs. Okay. Alright, so now we have the like terms together. We're just going to add and subtract these like terms. I'm doing 4 minus 6. Okay. Negative 2x, okay, and this is negative 3 minus 2. Again, for integers the signs are the same. I'm going to add them together. I'm doing 3 plus 2, which is 5, okay. Then you look at the number that is bigger. So here the 3 is actually bigger, and the sign for the 3 is negative, okay. So this is 2x minus 5. Okay, so again, if you get a little confused about the integers, you can always use your calculator, okay? In grade 9, starting from like grade 7 and 8, you're allowed to use your calculator for the calculations. But I should still know how to do this as mental math. And then you should use your calculator to just check if you're getting the right answer. Okay, so that is what I recommend. In some units in grade 9, students, teachers might not allow you to use a calculator for specific units. Okay, so we should get used to actually using mental math here. Alright, so this should be good. So again, this is one step that we added in. So I'm going to put a star there. Okay, so one more time. You're going to keep the first bracket the same. I'm going to change the sign to positive in the middle. And I'm changing all the signs in the second bracket. Okay, so if it's positive, it's going to become negative. If it's negative, it's going to become positive. Alright, so with that, let's try maybe one more example here. Okay, so I'm going to erase this. Okay, and again, make sure you're trying a lot of practice questions, okay? That's what math is all about. As you're studying for any of the unit tests, okay, you just need to go to that page. And from each section, try to do 5 to 10 questions for practice before you have your test. Alright, so let's try this example here. So this is 4x squared minus 5x plus 7. Okay, and we're going to do the subtracting polynomials. So I'm going to do minus 3x squared plus 2x minus 5. Okay, so that's minus 5 at the end. Okay, so again, we're going to let's keep the first bracket the same. So I have to make sure I'm looking that I'm subtracting the polynomial, okay? So I remember to do that one step in between here. So I'm just rewriting that first bracket here. I'm going to change that minus sign to a plus, okay? inside the second bracket, you're going to change the sign for everything. Okay, so let's look at it carefully here. This is 3x squared. It's going to become negative 3x squared. Okay, this is positive 2x, negative 2x. Okay, this is negative 5, and I'm going to change that to positive 5. So just like that. And if you do like just a few practice questions, you'll get the hang of that. Okay, and so math is more about doing some mental math. Okay, if you keep doing some practice questions, you don't really need to memorize anything, okay, before a unit test. Okay, so I'm going to put all the like terms together now, okay? So right here, it's 4x squared, okay? And then we're going to do, let's underline it, minus 3x squared, so just like that. Then we're going to go to the next term, which is the x, so I'm going to do minus 5x, okay? And the last one here, minus 2x. Make sure you're taking the sign again in front of that number, okay? And then lastly, we're going to put together the numbers, okay? So positive 7, okay? And this is positive 5, okay? So the last step here, like right after the one in between, which is different, okay? We're just doing the same thing as basically adding the polynomials. So I'm just putting the like terms together here. And now in the last step, we're going to add and subtract these numbers. So this is 4x squared minus 3x squared, so 1x squared. So again, I don't need to write the 1, okay? I could just leave it as x squared, okay? This is just an example to show you. The second one is negative 5x minus 2x, okay? Again, the signs are the same here. So I'm just going to add the numbers together. Okay, the bigger number here is the 5. And the sign for the 5 is negative, so it's negative 7x. If the sign for the 5 was positive, okay, the sign for the 7 would also be positive. So that's an easier way to just remember the rules. Okay, and lastly, we're doing 7 plus 5, which is 12. So just like that, okay, this is my final answer, okay? So 1x squared minus 7x plus 12. Okay, and again, just we're checking, making sure that in the final answer, okay, there shouldn't be any like terms in the final answer. And say I do have some like terms over here, I can even just put an equal sign on the next line here, and then I can simplify it further, okay? So these are basically the steps for subtracting, okay, the polynomials. So again, make sure you're doing some practice questions, and you'll just get really good at it. And the polynomials is basically the first unit that you cover in grade 9 math. Okay, so we should make sure that we understand it really well. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!